Welcome to The Explainer. We are jumping right into a brand new narrative deconstruction today. We're going to break down the cinematic scene prompt for the Golden Notebook, Episode 7, The Shared Sanctuary. Let's uncover exactly how the creator uses structure, visual cues, and some really subtle text to build an entire mood right from scratch.
Okay, let's dive into this. A fresh start for new memories. This isn't just some throwaway dialogue, It's the absolute thematic heartbeat of the episode. Literally every single tool here, the lighting, the music, the character actions, they're all carefully used to make us truly feel the weight and the warmth of this fresh start.
Section 1. Setting the golden scene. Establishing the vibe and aesthetic.
So before we even get to the plot or the characters, we've got to look at the world they inhabit. The structural rules of this environment are, well, they're incredibly specific. We're working within a cinematic anime or webtoon style. And what does that signal to us? It means we should expect highly stylized, just beautifully lit frames. The prompt explicitly calls for golden hour tones and a deeply cozy aesthetic. Imagine pairing those lush, warm visual instructions with an audio track of upbeat, soft, acoustic lo-fi jazz.
Section 2. Syed's quiet character growth. The arrival at the jazz cafe. Picture this. It's a bright Saturday morning, and there's this wide tracking shot following our protagonist, Syed, as he steps right into the cafe's golden morning light. Now think about this for a second. Can you recall a time when a really long journey felt incredibly short, just because of who was waiting for you at the end of it? Syed just traveled 45 kilometers to get to this cafe. Under normal circumstances, that is a massive trek. But today it felt entirely different. And we know exactly why it felt different. The text tells us the 45-kilometer trip didn't feel long anymore. This is paired with a super crucial visual character detail. Syed isn't nervous today. Unlike past moments we've seen, he's dressed casually, he's comfortable in his own skin, and he's holding 2 small sketchbooks in his jacket pocket, completely at ease. He has moved past all those previous anxieties and into a place of deep comfort and anticipation.
Let's move to and see how this builds. Section 3. Forging the connection. The core dynamic at the corner table.
So Syed finally makes it inside, and Sana is already sitting at their designated corner table, right? She's waving him over with this big, radiant smile. As they sit down to share a fresh plate of pineapple cake, a really fascinating conversational duality emerges. On one hand, they are laughing over shared childhood stories, which gives us pure nostalgia and joy. But on the other hand, they're completely grounded in the present, discussing their current work struggles. The prompt calls for a dynamic montage of close-ups during this sequence. Laughing expressions, the clinking of coffee mugs, hands gesturing in animated conversation. It perfectly shows the absolute depth of their bond through these expressive character dynamics.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the powerful emotional metaphor we get right here. The more we talked, the more the gray in my world faded away. It so perfectly juxtaposes Syed's internal state, that fading, colorless gray of his past struggles, with the radiant, golden, warm external world of the cafe that we established earlier. The visual warmth of the environment is literally mirroring his internal healing. Section 4. The symbolic exchange, a catalyst for new memories. Okay, this is the pivotal moment. Syed reaches into his jacket and pulls out those 2 small sketchbooks we saw earlier, ready to offer a really meaningful gift. Let's break down the specific visual beats of this exchange. Step 1. Syed hands Sana a brand new, completely blank sketchbook that he bought specifically for her. Step 2. A custom, handmade bookmark is revealed, tucked gently inside the pages. And Step 3. Sana reacts with absolute awe, her eyes literally sparkling with emotion. The prompt leans heavily into descriptive imagery here, specifically demanding an extreme close-up on Sana's hands running over the smooth cover of the new notebook. It makes the whole visual medium feel deeply tactile and incredibly intimate.
Which brings us right back to our opening hook. A fresh start, I told her, for new memories. Hearing this dialogue directly from Syed completely cements the overarching shared sanctuary theme of the episode. That blank sketchbook, it isn't just paper. It represents the unwritten, vibrant future they are building together, safely sheltered in this cozy, golden cafe environment. So, the crucial point is, Section 5, Shadows of the Past, the cliffhanger turn.
You can never get too comfortable in narrative storytelling. Just when we're fully immersed in this safe space, all that incredibly cozy aesthetic is abruptly and intentionally shattered. Suddenly, we're hit with this stark text, "To be continued. Episode 8, The Shadows of the Past return. Subscribe for the next episode."
It is such a jarring, suspenseful shift in tone. The creator pulls the rug right out from under us, expertly utilizing this cliffhanger to completely disrupt that golden hour safety.
Which leaves everyone hanging on the ultimate question. What past shadows are returning in Episode 8? It's a brilliant hook, directly derived from the source text, that completely reframes the piece we just witnessed. We started in a sanctuary of golden light, laughter, and new memories. And now? Now we're left deeply curious about what threatens this newfound peace. Thank you so much for joining me to uncover this story prompt. Keep looking for the deeper meaning in the media you love, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.